Hello, everyone. Yeah. So I was wondering how many of you already know the OCA here in the room? Oh, wow. Okay, great. I see. Yeah, I'm really pleased to see so many OCA members in the room. By the way, I take this opportunity to thank the Odoo team who made a special tag for the OCA members this year during the Odoo experience. Very appreciated, so thanks a lot. Yeah, we were very happy to to discover that when we came on Wednesday. Um, so my name is Virginie de Wulf, and I will talk you about my OCA journey. Um, so if you've got questions, there is already the pad here to ask your questions, and it will come back in the end of the presentation. So. I first, yeah, so I'll start again. So I am Virginie. I am a physicist. I studied in Louvain-la-Neuve in the same city as Fabien studied, actually. And I discovered the open source world in a student house called Louvain Linux, where I have a roommate here in the room. And I discovered how open source was powerful and could help a lot in the world. And I fell in love with open source. And then a few years later, in 2015, I discovered the Odoo platform for a supermarket, a food co-op that was built in Brussels. And it's a big project, citizen project, where everyone comes together and build the project together to have a good quality food supermarket. And we decided to use Odoo at the time. It was in 2015, so it was version 9, and we decided to go with the Odoo Community Edition. And we wanted to make a lot of stuff like stock, point of sale, purchasing, and also organize the shift planning of all the volunteers. We were thousands of people. But at this time, Odoo was not enough with the standards. So we needed to do a lot of customization. And we built a small team of developers and consultants with me in the team. And we made requirements and a lot of stuff. And we created so many customization. It was free at the time because we were all volunteers. But later, we had to maintain all this stuff. And it was really a nightmare. So we discovered the OCA, and we found out that there were actually thousands and thousands of really high-quality applications that could help us. And so we could get rid of a lot of modules that we made, that we customized, and we could just install them. It was really like magic. As you can see here, there are really a lot of modules. There was the keynote from Fabien yesterday, he explained that on the Odoo App Store there are like 50,000 apps. Amongst them, 20K are open source, and you can count them on, so a lot are actually coming from the OCA, I think. So that's the first problem. You need to customize a lot of things. Actually, the OCA has something for you. But then, we also needed to upgrade. We were in version 9, and we had to, because there is a new version every year, so we needed to go to the latest version. And as we were using the community edition, we had no choice but find a way to upgrade. And this is a major, really big project in the Odoo Community Association, is the Open Upgrade projects, where we recreate all the scripts to migrate the Odoo database from version to version. So there's the QR code to the documentation if you are interested in. Then, so this is all about the technical part and the features. But an Odoo project, it's not only for developers, and it's not about code only. It's also getting skills to configure, find the right module that you need, train the people. Also, we wanted to host the database ourselves. We needed to migrate. A lot of difficult things. And we found that within the OCA, we got a lot of help from really experienced people. Because actually, in the OCA ecosystem, we have people who have been there from the beginning. 2005, the birth of the Odoo company, and the association, the OCA, was built in 2013. So like more than 10 years ago. We have really skilled and experienced people. And for a small example, I was, as I told you, I was talking, we were doing the whole things in the Odoo Community Edition, and we also wanted to do the accounting. But so we needed a lot of things that from the OCA. And at the time, I needed to do the tax reports in the Belgian localization, but the tax report wasn't existing yet. But I met with Stéphane Bidoul from Axon team during a OCA code sprint back in the days, and he explained me how I can use the Miss report and Miss builder module to actually create the tax reports for the Belgian accounting. And he trained me and he helped me a lot during those days, but also later on by email. And we got the tax report there in version 9, and it's still there. It's still existing in version 16 today. So it was really a great way for me, myself personally, as I'm not a developer even, but I could really get trained and get help from really experienced people. And so I learned a lot as a person, actually. So why do we need an independent community? That's also a question that we ask ourselves, and actually Fabien talked about it yesterday during the keynote. Like, the community makes Odoo great, right? And the OCA is part of this big community. And we think that as any open source project, we really need a strong, vibrant community, which goes beyond the vendor, Odoo company, but which goes also beyond the specific integrators and companies. It's something that, like really, we get together to create something bigger. And that's actually what we are trying to do here. Odoo is a great product, but we want to make it mightier, and we do that, of course, together. So, oh yeah, thank you. Yeah, we are all using and working in the Odoo ecosystem each day of our life, so it's really great, and we want to keep that in the future. So how do we do that? We are a global association. We are from all over the world, as you can see on this map. We have members, from like almost 200, dozens of different countries. And we are an association based in Switzerland, which is neutral. And we are also a democracy. So we have more than 500 members, and from which we have some delegates who have the voting power in the association. And those delegates, they elect 9 board members each year, and they make the company, the association live. Of course, what we do is always open source. And as I already said, we really want to be independent and as really a neutral position in the ecosystem. Some figures, some facts. We have translations of all these OCA modules in more than 25 languages. As I told you, we have 500 members. I checked the numbers yesterday. We are more around 600 now, because people are still coming and wanting to contribute and to become members. And we have 1,400 contributors on our GitHub repositories. But we have a lot of technical developers, but contributors. But we also have a lot more consultants coming, helping for the documentation, to organize events. So my message here is really, you don't need to be an Odoo expert and a technical person to enter the community. We want really to open it to a broader audience. What we do, we have a lot of activities. Of course, a lot of activities happen online because everything is on GitHub. But our really main focus, where we come together, it's our OCA Days. It's an event that we do once a year, just before the Odoo experience. So on Monday and Tuesday this week, we were in Liège 1 hour from Brussels to gather and to make a conference, and we presented a lot of talks and discussions. We also have local associations in different countries. The most active are in Spain and Italy, but we are building new local associations in other parts of the world. For example, there is just a new one who was created in Mexico a few days ago. So I invite you to check our website to learn more about it. So yeah, because it's a general high presentation here. We have more details on the website, of course. And I invite you also to start contributing. So we have different ways of doing so. You can first become a member. So it's 50 euros a year. It's for individual. So it's quite affordable. And we will be giving exclusive contents and webinars and documentations for our members in the future. Because the goal is to get the best of the OCA applications. Now you can get them for free. It's easy to get them, but you sometimes need to be a bit technical to understand what it does. So we want to help you get the best of it in the future. A second way of contributing is becoming a sponsor or subscribe on a yearly basis to give money to the OCA, because we also need some money for the infrastructure, the coordination, the OCA days, for example. And also we have ideas that we want to promote in the next years. And also start contributing, of course. As I said, as a developer, but also as a consultant, you can help also organize events, spread the word about the OCA. You can also start talking to your customers if you are using OCA. You can explain them the value of the OCA modules and invite them to become members as well. I'd like to I'd like to thank our sponsors and contributors, of course, because without them, there wouldn't be any community. So that's what I wanted to say. Thank you. Are there questions? Sorry, I got a bit sick with the partying.
Hi Virginie, thanks for this presentation. First question, the association looks great. Can we become a member as a company and contribute as a company or only as individual? I love the idea of local associations.
Okay, great. Yeah, so I just said it. As a company, you can become a sponsor currently. So it's possible to, I will need someone else to come talk for me, I think. Sorry. Yeah, for the moment, it's from 1,000 euro a year, and we have sponsors until 10,000 euros a year, so we have some of them. So it's totally possible to sponsor us as a company, and we also want to onboard more the companies in the future. So you can come to the website and contact us.
Okay, perfect. Another one, OCA contributes on localizations. If yes, that will have a push on the official Odoo localization.
Say again?
So, is OCA contributes on localizations? I assume fiscal localizations? I don't know. Maybe the person can explain a bit more. I will say it again.
I suppose when there is some work on the localization in some country, sometimes.
Yes, fiscal. Yeah. If yes, that will have a push on the official Odoo localization.
Yeah, I think it happens sometimes that people from Odoo, they start talking with the people from the community, and they talk together so that the localization comes into the Odoo standards. But I think it happens a lot for Odoo Enterprise in this way. So it happens, yes.
Okay, next one. Is OCA guaranteeing / focusing resources on updates for a set of core apps?
Can I read it?
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, yeah. So there is no guarantee at the moment because all the members, they contribute based on their customers' needs. So if they want to migrate a customer to the latest version, and there are a lot of OCA modules that they use, they will start migrating those modules in the latest version, and it's really based on the needs on the field. But we would like in the future to make possible for companies or contributors to chip in so that we can maintain in a more structured way the new modules, the modules in the newest version. It's something we are working on.
Perfect. There was another question, but someone answered it on the pad. Can we use the OCA module with the enterprise version? Is it secure? The answer is yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, yes. The majority of the OCA apps are compatible with the enterprise and community edition. I know that sometimes, for example, I've heard that the QJob OCA module, when it's installed on Odoo.Sh, you need a specific configuration to make it work. So there are sometimes tricky things, but as a whole, it's always compatible. And of course, it depends on the strategy. If you want to install other independent apps on your project, but what you can be assured of is that OCA apps are high quality. They are follow the really a quality process, and they have been tested. We have really some hard requirements on that, and they have been used by a lot of different people. So I've discussed with a lot of people those days, and they were like, "Oh yes, definitely. I go on the OCA App Store, I install it. Like I close my eyes, I install it. It goes okay." So it is really what makes the OCA modules great.
Okay, perfect. And last but not least, do you have a good idea on how OCA gets to collaborate better with Odoo?
Yeah, I have plenty of ideas. So yeah, for example, next year we would like to have an area dedicated to the OCA and discuss with the Odoo people how we could organize that. Also, I know that there are some informal communication as well. Sometimes when there are something that we see on the new version of the code and we are not happy with some things, I know that OCA members go and discuss with the people from Odoo and they listen to us, and so there is a kind of informal collaboration, but also it's good that we are independent, as I explained during the talk, so we could certainly find ways to collaborate, but keeping our independence from each other. I would also love to see the OCA information on the official Odoo website one day. I hope it will come. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So it's over
That's
for
the
the
last
question.
question?
Yeah, that was the last question.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.